what do you mean I have to love everybody? I'm Pastor Nicole. Welcome to our Midweek Moment. This week we are talking about loving boldly. How do we love boldly? And so we looked at a passage from the Gospel of Matthew where Jesus is asked, which is the greatest commandment? Out of the 613 commandments in the law, which is the greatest? And Jesus, without hesitation, says, you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your mind. And the second is just like it. You must love your neighbor. When that question is asked, they're trying to trick Jesus, right? But he comes right back with a response. The question then becomes, well, who is my neighbor? And if we switch to a different gospel, if we read this story in the Gospel of Luke, Jesus goes on to answer that question when he's asked, well, who is my neighbor? Jesus then tells the parable of the Good Samaritan. And if you remember that story, a man is beaten and left for dead on the side of the road. A priest, a Jewish priest and a Jewish Levite walk right by and don't help him. The third person to come along is a Samaritan. And if you know anything about Jews and Samaritans back in Jesus's time, they hated each other, really, truly despised each other. And Jesus says that the Samaritan took care of this man, made sure that he was cared for, got medicine that he needed, had a place to rest, and promised to come back and check in. Jesus says that's what it means to love your neighbor. It's not just somebody who lives right next door to you or in your community. It could be somebody that you really despise. When we think about loving others, it's a lot easier to love people that are like us. People in our family, people in our community, people in our church, people that look like us, act like us, think like us. But I wonder if Jesus was telling this story today, answering that question today of who is my neighbor? I wonder if Jesus would tell a story about a Republican helping a Democrat, or a Democrat helping a Republican, or a racist person helping a person of another color, or vice versa. You see, when Jesus tells us that we have to love our neighbor, he means everybody, not just people that live next to us, but people who think differently, act differently, talk differently than us, people with different ideologies and theologies. We are not allowed to just write them off as being those people. We have to love them. That's what Jesus tells us to do. And that is hard. It can be really hard. And as I look into our country today and see how divided we are politically, theologically, just in every single way, it really feels. I wonder what kind of word Jesus would have for us today to remind us that people that we think are on the other side aren't on the other side. They're our neighbor and we're supposed to love them. It's a challenge that rings through the generations, passed down from one generation to the next. These words of Jesus that are hard for us to hear and even harder for us to enact. But that's how we love boldly, by reaching across political division, by reaching across ideological, theological division, and loving others as we love ourselves. So as we go about our week, may we look for people that we are called to love. And guess what? Every single person you come across is a person that you are called to love. May we do it with grace and with the love of Christ shining in us and through us. So go and love your neighbor.